Hello, we're back again at the Wellesley Free Library for more stories. And today the stories will be about Native Americans. These are the people that lived here in America before the people came over across the ocean, either from Scandinavia or Spain or Portugal or England. Explorers came to see what was happening in this part of the world. But there were people living here, and they were the Native Americans. So today, instead of gathering with our The More We Get Together song, let's try a tribal greeting song. I will need for you to be the drum. Are you ready? Yahweh, 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 ho, ha, Yahweh. All right, now I'd like for you to try it with me. At least you can do the ho, ha part, okay? Here we go. Yahweh, 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 ho, ha, Yahweh. Excellent. This is a song that different Native American tribes and nations use when they come together for a big powwow. So we're going to look at a book about powwows. Powwows Coming by Linda Boyden. Powwows coming. Hear the beat? Powwows coming. Dancing feet. Powwows coming. Hear the drum? Powwows coming. Everyone. Build the booths and vendor stalls, sort the wares and stack them all. Many hands, the work goes fast. Powwow time is here at last. Powwows started long ago, but dances change, powwows grow. Still today, the steps and songs bless the dancers, make them strong. At powwows far away from here, people travel every year. Hundreds watch the dancers try to do their best to win a prize. Often, powwows can be small. We work together, one and all. For graduations, birthdays too, or when family visits just like you. Braids are tightened, laces tied, elders nod with smiles and pride. Fringe on shawls sways and swings, jingle dresses chime and ring. Grass dancers step and prance to the rhythms of the dance. Shoppers look in vendors' stalls, flutes and feathers, masks and dolls, fry bread, tacos, venison stew, lots to see, lots to do. Storytellers spin and weave tales of fun and mystery. In the game booth, try to win at hubbub's toss or ring and pin. The sun slips low to the west. Dancers, workers did their best. Giveaways in grateful hands, friendships made from many lands. Powwows ending, slow the beat. Powwows ending, tired feet. Powwows ending, silent drum. Powwow smiles on everyone. Powwows go back a long time, as we learned in the book. For gatherings, for harvest, just like Thanksgiving. There's another thing that goes back a long time, and that's picture writing. And I have some picture signs that were used in the plains in the middle of America with the Native Americans there. So I'm going to hold them up and you can guess what they are. What do you think this is? It's a person, right? And then, oh, let me show you this message before we go to the next one. This is two people. We talk together and eat and dance and are happy. I like this message. Now, you can guess this one. It's a horse. And here we have an arrow for hunting. Now this one is a teepee, but not all Native Americans lived in teepees. Sometimes teepees made of poles and skins were more like portable tents. This one's easy. It's the sun. And this one you can guess too. It's the moon. Now this one's a little bit harder. Think of the sky and what comes down from the sky. It's rain. This one is so easy even without the colors. A rainbow. Now this one we'll have sound effects for. That's right, it's the wind. And this is a lightning snake. And our next story is called Baby Rattlesnake. Baby Rattlesnake, a story told by Tay Ata and adapted by Lynn Maroney. The pictures are by Vage Reisberg. Out in the place where the rattlesnakes lived, there was a little baby rattlesnake who cried all the time because he did not have a rattle. He said to his mother and father, "I don't know why I don't have a rattle. I'm made just like my brother and sister. How can I be a rattlesnake if I don't have a rattle?" Mother and father rattlesnake said, "You are too young to have a rattle. When you get to be as old as your brother and sister, you will have a rattle too." But baby rattlesnake did not want to wait, so he just cried and cried. He shook his tail, and when he couldn't hear a rattle sound, he cried even louder. Mother and father said, "Shh, shh, shh." Brother and sister said, "Shh, shh, shh." But baby rattlesnake wouldn't stop crying. He kept the rattlesnake people awake all night. The next morning, the rattlesnake people called a big council. They talked and they talked just like people do, but they couldn't decide how to make that little baby rattlesnake happy. He didn't want anything else but a rattle. At last, one of the elders said, "Go ahead, give him a rattle. He's too young and he'll get into trouble, but let him learn a lesson. I just want to get some sleep." So they gave baby rattlesnake a rattle. Baby rattlesnake loved his rattle. He shook his tail, and for the first time he heard. so excited. He sang a rattle song. He danced a rattle dance. Soon, baby rattlesnake learned how to play tricks with his rattle. He hid in the rocks, and when the small animals came by, he darted out, rattling. He made Jack Rabbit jump. He made Old Man Turtle jump. He made Prairie Dog jump. Each time, baby rattlesnake laughed and laughed. He thought it was fun to scare the animal people. Mother and father warned baby rattlesnake, "You must not use your rattle in such a way." Big brother and big sister said, "You are not being careful with your rattle." The rattlesnake people told baby rattlesnake to stop acting so foolish with his rattle. Baby rattlesnake did not listen. One day, baby rattlesnake said to his mother and father, "How will I know a chief's daughter when I see her?" "Well, she's usually very beautiful and walks with her head held high," said father. "And she's very neat in her dress," added mother. "Why do you want to know?" asked father. "Because I want to scare her," said baby rattlesnake, and he started right off down the path before his mother and father could warn him never to do a thing like that. The little fellow reached the place where the Indians traveled. He curled himself up on a log and started rattling. He was having a wonderful time. All of a sudden, he saw a beautiful maiden coming toward him from a long way off. She walked with her head held high, and she was very neat in her dress. "Ah," thought baby rattlesnake, "she must be the chief's daughter." Baby rattlesnake hid in the rocks. He was excited. This was going to be his best trick. He waited and waited. The chief's daughter came closer and closer. When she was in just the right spot, he darted out of the rocks. "Ho!" cried the chief's daughter. She whirled around, stepping on baby rattlesnake's rattle and crushing it to pieces. Baby rattlesnake looked at his beautiful rattle scattered all over the trail. He didn't know what to do. He took off for home as fast as he could. With great sobs, he told his mother and father what had happened. They wiped his tears and gave him big rattlesnake hugs. For the rest of that day, baby rattlesnake stayed safe and snug, close by his rattlesnake family. Now here's some more Native American talking with hands. This is like our American Sign Language, but they have their own signs and ways of expressing themselves. So for rain, they have two fists in front of their shoulders. You can do that. Put your fists in front of your shoulders, and then lower your fists and let the rain fall. And do it more than once. It's raining, it's raining. Then there's another one that I like a whole lot. It starts with your fist and your finger pointing up to the sky. But then you have to put it way down on the floor or as low as you can go, and then take little short jerks up, 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 up. Can you guess what that is? Grow, 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 grow. And then, since we're heading into a season of eating, which I love, there's a good way to say thank you in Native American Sign Language. You start with saying we, and by pointing through yourself and then making a circle to include other people. We eat. That's a little bit like the way we say it in American Sign Language. Eat. Then you say enough. So make this kind of a shape with your thumb and your forefinger and put it right by your chest. So enough. Just come up to your chin. Don't go any higher. Enough. And then thank you. All right, let's try that. We'll do it slowly. We eat enough. Thank you. And here's a book about thanking Mother Earth. Giving Thanks, a Native American Good Morning Message by Chief Jake Swamp with pictures by Irwin Printup. To be a human being is an honor, and we offer thanksgiving for all the gifts of life. Mother Earth, we thank you for giving us everything we need. Thank you, deep blue waters around Mother Earth, for you are the force that takes thirst away from all living things. We give thanks to green grasses that feel so good against our bare feet. Thank you, good foods from Mother Earth, our life sustainers, for making us happy when we are hungry. Fruits and berries, we thank you for your color and sweetness. Thank you, all the animals in the world, for keeping our precious forests clean. All the trees in the world, we are thankful for the shade and warmth you give us. Thank you, all the birds in the world, for singing your beautiful songs for all to enjoy. We give thanks to you, gentle four winds, for bringing clean air for us to breathe from the four directions. Thank you, Grandfather Thunder Beings, for bringing rains to help all living things grow. Elder Brother Sun, we send thanks for shining your light and warming Mother Earth. Thank you, Grandmother Moon, for growing full every month to light the darkness for children and sparkling waters. Spirit protectors of our past and present, we thank you for showing us ways to live in peace and harmony with one another. And most of all, thank you, Great Spirit, for giving us all these wonderful gifts, so we will be happy and healthy every day and every night. Thank you for watching these story times. See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile, give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish, see you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur, take care, polar bear, wave goodbye, butterfly. As you go through this next week, I hope you grow, 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 grow. See you next time.